Let's head around the Inside Politics table. We'll ask our great reporters to share a nugget or two from their notebooks. Nia Malika Henderson.
In the lead up to South Carolina on Saturday, we're going to see Democratic candidates court the black vote really in ways we hadn't seen before, certainly not in 2008 or before that. Clinton is going to roll out a Breaking Down Barriers tour where she's going to feature the mothers of 5 sons who've been killed, including Trayvon Martin's mother and Eric Garner's mother. Bernie Sanders has an ad running in South Carolina, a very powerful, moving ad featuring the daughter of Eric Garner. What's interesting is that the Black Lives Matter protest has very much shaped a lot of this discussion, even though a lot of those leaders are sitting this race out. One of the things that progressives really want to see is to put racial inequality on par with income inequality. If they can make Sanders as passionate about that issue, they feel like they would have won, as well as pushing Clinton to the left on this. Another concern is whether or not this kind of rhetoric and what is really a conversation around racial inequality, whether or not it just is about South Carolina and the SEC primary, or will it become kind of a permanent plank among Democrats going forward?
Will it carry on?
Exactly.
Okay, Peter?
Well, even as the candidates were trying to drive out votes in South Carolina and Nevada yesterday, Washington took a pause in its political war to say goodbye to Justice Antonin Scalia. And you saw people of both parties there, but you didn't see President Obama. He was at home at the White House studying his binder of possible replacements. And what's going to be really interesting is to see him come out with a nominee, basically, in the next couple of weeks in the teeth of a presidential election, unlike anything we've ever seen. We've had election year nominations, but we've never had one sort of come out right in the midst of such a high-intensity, high-octane, modern, technologically advanced campaign. And what you're going to see is whoever he picks is a star of all sorts of campaign commercials in a way that's probably pretty unique in American politics.
Fascinating to watch that one. Domenico?
Well, and speaking of Justice Scalia, we know that the White House is going through some of those names this weekend, and we know what kind of nominee this president is going to pick. He's going to pick somebody who can box in Republicans, because when you look at the history on this, back in 1968, Lyndon Johnson nominated 2 justices in an election year. They both got hearings within 2 weeks, and that's what the White House's strategy here is, partially to try to expose some of those cracks within Senate Republicans and see if they can get those hearings quickly.
Jackie?
So American Crossroads is going to start attacking Hillary Clinton's record on criminal justice from the 90s, things like tougher policing, the crime bill, etc. Now, Bernie Sanders also supported the crime bill, so I'm not really sure how much this is going to impact, but they're going to do everything they can to try to erode her standing with African-American voters as they head into this primary next week.
The Bernie Sanders thank you note to Karl Rove. I'll close with 2 important lessons from the collapse of the Jeb Bush campaign. One, conservatives have long memories and had little interest in giving the Bush family a 3rd try. George H.W. Bush broke his no new taxes pledge, put David Souter on the Supreme Court. George W. expanded Medicare and used government money to bail out Wall Street and the auto industry. Selling a dynasty is hard anyway in today's environment, and near impossible when your base views your brand so suspiciously. Lesson 2, the desire for something new extends well beyond Jeb Bush. At one point, the Republican field had 8 current or former governors, and the final 5, 2 political newcomers, 2 freshman senators, and 1 governor. The experience lane is all yours, Governor Kasich. Good luck with that.